So most people know higher players difficulty count and killing monsters faster is going to lead to you getting more high runes. But did you actually know certain monsters have a higher rune drop chance than others, actually giving you a better chance of finding high runes for them? We're going to take a look at which monsters those are and whether you should actually go farm them right now. So let's get after it. So first of all, right here, we're at Silospens drop odds calculator. Right up here, I'll put a link in the description to this right here, or you could just go ahead and Google Diablo 2 drop odds calculator. Boom, it pops right up. We're already set on Resurrected. And Magic Find, if you didn't know, has no effect on rune drop rate, so we're not going to mess with that. We're going to leave it on players 1. For now, we'll take a look at the hardest player difficulty just to show you the difference between 1 and 8. But really, you can get the same idea without even needing to really dabble with that for this particular video I'm doing right here. We're talking about monsters here in hell difficulty. And down here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at, I don't know, how about a jaw rune? So we'll go ahead and pick a jaw rune right here. Everything's set perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and go find item. Now down here, we have a probability for all the monsters. You see a lot of them are all the same here. Some of them are different. Right here is one that's different, this black soul. So let's go ahead and sort it by probability. And right here, we have it in order of which ones are most probable to drop it and which ones are least. As you can see up here, there's a few that have the absolute most. These are wraiths, and then wisps, which wisps, these gloams, or these black souls right here, these are what anyone will say, oh no, the throne room is full of souls, or when you're going out into different places in Act 4 and 5, oh, watch out for the souls out in Act 3 when you get into the Great Marsh somewhere, ooh, those will rip you. Any of these wisps are what people refer to as souls, and wraiths are what everyone refers to as ghosts. So look at the drop odds right here. It's 1 in 318,000. That's per monster you kill. It's not like when you're running a Shaco, trying to get a Shaco from Andara or Mephisto, it's like 1 in 1,000 chances. Well, you only kill one monster, so you're going to want that odd to be quite low to even be worth it. But if you're thinking of you're killing hundreds of monsters in a game, once you get up, you know, it sounds like a large number, but you're killing hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands of monsters like in an hour. So keep that in mind. So up here, this one is 318, and then it's 318 with a slightly different amount as it transitions down here. So it's just out of not even hardly anything. We're just going to assume any of these ones are the same here all the way down. But if you look at these wisps, wraith, wisp, wraith, wraith, wisp, there are these finger mage ones. And as we're talking about some of these here, I'm going to throw up pictures. You know, Genius Editor Phil over here will throw up pictures of some of them. These different casters are another similar type to the wraith and glooms. There's like monsters just kind of float around, but these ones would cast a little bit instead of shooting lightning or different stuff or coming up and just attacking you like the ghosts do. But here's ghost. It's what most people refer to here. They're in the Crystalline Passage. They're kind of all over the place, but there are certain places that people will farm these more than others. A lot of times for me, let's see if I can see one right here in the tower cellar, taking out ghosts on the way down to the Countess. That is a prime location. That's why I would highly recommend don't just go straight down to the Countess as fast as you can. Hit these champion packs and the ghost packs along the way. They have a much higher chance of dropping high runes. And just to compare these to regular monsters, we're at 318 right here. Down here is almost 1 in a million. So instead of 1 in 300, a little over 300,000, it's 1 in a million. So it's like 3 times better chance of getting a high rune from a ghost or from a gloam or whatever as compared to regular monsters. But there is one important note here in the middle. There's one monster kind of by itself here, Hell Bovine, with a 1 in 600,000 and 650,000 chance. Now the thing about cows, why people love farming cows for high runes, there's a ton of them. It's not like ghosts, you might find a pack of 5, then you got to go around and look for another pack of 5 to take out, or there'll be 2 of them here, 5 of them there. Cows, there's packs of 50 here, 20 here, 30 here. They're not immune to anything, so anybody can kill them. That's why people love farming cows for high runes. It is extremely efficient to just have that many cows in one area and not have to go look around for them for other, in other areas. But these wraiths in a lot of areas, such as these, the towers, like I said right there, the Tal Rasha tombs is actually very slept on because there's a bunch of tombs. And if you get the right map, some maps will have just billions of ghosts down in Tal Rasha's tombs. There's a bunch of tombs, so you don't have to keep saving and exiting, and you can find them all over the place. It is a very slept on rune spot, actually. When you look a little bit more, there's a race in the Flayer's dungeon actually. So if you're ever looking at going at that one, these souls though, these are never farmed in my don't go after souls. These things will slap people. Everyone's probably been shot down instantly by souls at some point in their life. A lot of times you're just going to come across these different types of casters and stuff. They're all over here in the Chaos Sanctuary, you see. So that's kind of why, one reason the Chaos Sanctuary is quote unquote good for high runes, good density, and it has these casters in it that is actually, a lot of people don't talk about or don't know or whatever, but they actually have the same rune drop rates as essentially ghosts. So if you can handle the Chaos Sanctuary and just slapping and slaughtering in there, it is a great place right there. When we look down at the other one, so this 1 in a million, this is going to be, we're going to scroll all the way down, and it's pretty much every single other monster in the entire game. It does shift ever so slightly from a few of them here where it's, oh, out of 67, this is 256. That's a unnoticeable amount, to be perfectly honest. We'll just call them all the same down there for the rest of the monsters. So the most noteworthy there, obviously all the different race and all the gloams, or what people call them, the souls that kill you. Those ones have the higher drop. Just skip them. Ghosts are great to farm. Any of the ghosts or those cast things are absolutely great. But go ahead and take a look at this. Just quick note towards the end of the video here, not quite yet. We're going to move it to 8 people in a game and look at the probability change from 318,000 to 1 in 95,000. That is more than a 3. It is more than a 3 times better chance of getting a high rune from this stuff with the most players difficulty than the lower. And just in case anyone was wondering, sometimes I still get a little pushback from this. Magic Find does not affect the drop rates of high runes at all. A few other things just to note here, we can take a look at real quick. Why don't we take a look at some other thing like a Zod rune? It's going to have a different drop rates here, but how uncommon is it really to find yourself a Zod rune here? Look at the good odds here, even from the stuff that has the best odds, 1 in 372,000. So not great odds, and it actually, this is on players 8 difficulty. Remember, the 300,000 for a jaw was actually players 1. So even on players 8, you have a worse chance than finding a jaw on players 1 difficulty, which is crazy because jaw runes, I mean, I don't know if you're finding jaw runes literally ever in the entire game. This is how uncommon it is to find a Zod rune. Let's just take a look at the players 1 odds. Players 8 Zod is 1 in 300,000 for this Black Souls, and players 1 for Black Souls is 1 in 1,200,000. So I was looking at it flop the other way, but still, that is bananas. Just the rarity of a Zod rune is crazy.